Welcome back to the HAKEEMAH'S POV podcast. If you're new here, my name is Hakima Adepoju. If you're not, it's your girl Hakima. And as always, I'm the host of the HAKEEMAH'S POV podcast. And welcome to this season's first episode. Now, it's never too late to say Happy New Year because I've not talked to you guys since the start of this year. And Happy New Year, guys. I hope this new year is absolutely everything for every single one of us. Now, I thought about it and I could not think of a better first episode for this new year because we're barely 3 weeks into the new year. So in this new episode, just like the title says, I'm going to be telling you why all your New Year's resolutions won't work. Yes, why your New Year's resolutions won't work. You heard me right. And after that, I'm going to be giving tips on how to make 2025 your best year yet. Now, for starters, let's get straight into the video. Your New Year's resolutions won't work because you're still holding on to all those disappointments you had in the past year, all those goals you failed to achieve. Let's be honest with ourselves. You cannot achieve everything you set for yourself because most of the time we tend to set like 20 goals, 50 goals because it's a new year. That's the vibe. Everybody is setting goals, new year, new things they want to accomplish. And for some reason, one or two that I'll be giving right now, you did not achieve, let's say, some out of your new goals. That's completely normal. Instead of focusing on something that you did not achieve, why not focus on all the things that you did achieve to give yourself a positive mindset in this new year, to give yourself thumbs up, give yourself a pat on the back for achieving everything that you did achieve. And think about that. It did not happen last year. It was not meant to happen. Maybe you are not in the right environment, you're not in the right situation for that particular thing to happen at that particular time. There's going to be next year, there's going to be next 2 years, there's going to be the next decade. You have your entire lifetime to be achieving goals. So don't beat yourself too much for not achieving last year's goal. Another reason why your New Year's resolution won't work. Listen, another reason why your New Year's resolution won't work is because you think you have to achieve everything all at once. And let's be real with each other, that's not possible, girl. You cannot achieve everything all at once. Like I said before, we tend to set a lot of goals, and trying to achieve everything all at once will just make us burn out faster. To make us burn out faster because some of the goals might be academic related, financial related, spiritual related, and trying to achieve everything all at once in a 12-month year is going to make us burn out faster. So what I recommend you do is pick out 4 core goals that you want to achieve for the rest of the year and split the year into 4 quarters. So 1 goal for every 3 months. That way you can focus on 1 goal every 3 months and it will make you burn out faster. It will make you want to give up because you have a whole 3 months to focus on 1 goal. Another reason, because I've done my research, another reason why your New Year's resolution won't work is because your New Year's resolution is filled with don'ts and not do's. Your New Year's resolution is filled with things that you should not be doing instead of things that you should be doing. And according to research, it's much easier to do something than to restrain from something. If you're telling yourself, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, it's going to be harder than for you to actually do something because you won't feel motivated. But if your goals are to actually do something, to actually start something new, to actually learn a skill or something like that, you might actually want to do that more than you might tend to want to don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. That won't work. That won't work out for you. So I'm going to be giving you tips on how to make 2025 your best year yet. And the first one, because I've done my research, so you don't have to do it. I've done it for you because that's what I'm here for. The first tip on my list is to hire and fire accordingly. Let go of every single thing that does not serve a purpose to you. It's very easy to just flow through each day and just live through it. But take a step back and think, does this serve me? Does this situation I'm in serve me? Is it adding value to me? Does this routine work for me? Does this friendship add value to me? Does it serve me? Because at the end of the day, you're spending your valuable time and investing in something that does not add anything to you. So take a step back and ask yourself if that particular thing serves you, or friendship, does it serve you? Does it add value to you? Is it adding to the overall purpose of your life, of your goal? And if it does not, don't be afraid to hire and fire accordingly or even rehire. Because think of your life as a garden. If you're not plucking out the dead leaves or the weeds, there will not be space for any new plants to grow. And by clearing out the old, you're making space for the new. So do not be afraid to hire and fire accordingly. Let go of every single thing that does not serve you, every single thing that is just taking up space in your life. Ask yourself these questions, and I guarantee you feel more fulfilled when you let go of everything that is just forming up clutter in your head, in your space, in your life. The second tip on my list is to make SMART goals. SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound goals. So instead of making just vast array of goals, like make specific goals, goals that are clear to you. Don't say you want to read a lot of books this year. Say you want to read 10 books this year. Don't say you want to be fit this year. Say you want to hit the gym twice a week. That is a clear goal. You know where you're going. It is specific and it is very clear to you. Now make measurable goals, goals that are measurable. Because if a goal is not measurable, it is no longer a goal, it is just a dream. So make bit-sized goals that you can achieve. That way it is measurable. Make attainable goals. Think about the resources and the time you have and the skills you have now. Can I achieve this goal? Don't make goals that you know you're going to disappoint yourself. Make goals that you know you can achieve, goals that are, let's say, easy to achieve. So make it in bits. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but small goals, small steps can actually lead to big changes. So make attainable goals, goals that you are sure you can attain. Like, let's say if you have not been want to read novels every time and you want to start, don't say I must read 5 novels a month. Say let me start with 1 novel a month. That is something small, something you know, and something you are sure you can achieve. So the next one is to make relevant goals. Make goals that are relevant to you, not something that you should want. Make it something you actually want. Goals that you actually want, not something that people are telling you to want, not something that society wants for you, not something that goes with the trend. Make something that you actually want, not something that you should want. That would help in achieving the goal. And this stands for time bound. Give yourself a time frame to actually achieve the goal at hand. For example, you want to save more money. Tell yourself, I want to save 20,000 a month. So that month is the time frame, because if you don't add a time frame, there is not going to be anything that would motivate you to finish that particular goal before the end of that month. So when there's a time frame, it is much easier for you to push yourself to do it before that time frame or by the end of that time frame. And that is the whole concept of making smart goals. Research has proven that this method helped 88% of people achieve their goals. Review your current situation and ask yourself why you already haven't achieved said goal. Why are you not already doing something that you want to do now? So once you can understand the problem or blockage, it will be easier for you to prevent that same problem from happening. For example, your goal is to save more money. And it could be a problem of overspending, impulse buying, or a budgeting problem. If it is overspending, you can learn how to start making proper budgets. If it is impulse buying, you can give somebody else that you trust your money. For example, your mom or somebody close to you that you trust with your money. Once you know the problem, once you become aware of the problem, it becomes easier for you to actually prevent that same problem from happening all over again. That just makes a lot of sense. Next step on my list is to shift your emotional energy to match your dream reality. What you're attracting to your life is not only dependent on what you do, but what you are thinking too. How do you think about yourself? How do you think about the world? What emotions do you have inside, and what vibrations are you operating at? These are things that are also very important too. So the easiest way to go about this, is to practice gratitude. Start seeking out the good and the beauties of life in every single thing. And because you cannot expect to receive abundance when you don't believe deep down that you deserve abundance. You don't believe that you deserve the good that you've been craving. You cannot expect to receive it. So you have to start practicing gratitude. Seek out the beauty, seek out the good in life. Another thing that you could do is to start embodying the characteristics of your ideal self. Ask yourself, what would my ideal self do in this situation? Would my ideal self be calm or confident in this particular situation? For example, if my ideal self was in a really stressful work environment, would she handle it harshly, or will she become confident? My ideal self will be rash and will not be rash. My ideal self will be confident and calm in that kind of situation. So ask yourself, what will your ideal self do? Is she somebody that is kind? Is she somebody that is patient? Is she somebody that does not let things get to her easily? We have to start embodying these characteristics. Otherwise, this our ideal self will only remain a figment of our imagination. It will never become an actualization, because it is just in our heads. We have to start embodying the characteristics, baby steps, because baby steps to get to that certain level where we are the ideal self. The next step on my list is to have a system of pick me up pillars. The things preventing us from achieving our goals is not always that we are lazy, it's the fact that there's too much resistance between us and the task at hand. Resistance being things like perfectionism, fear of failure, fear of getting started, lack of skills, lack of knowledge, and all these types of resistance that I just mentioned are caused by low self esteem in certain areas of our life. Because think about it, last time you achieved something, last time you've done something to a very good standard, and you felt good about it was the fact that it was when you knew that you could do it very well. You knew that you were good at it. You knew that it was easy. It came easy to you, so you were excited to do it. When you're excited to do something, it just makes it easier to do. You know that any step towards your progress will make you feel good and will make you essentially happier throughout your days. So it's left to us to start taking responsibility to remove those resistance from our life. So something that you could do is to start writing down your accomplishments, start penning them down. It could be in a book or in the notes app of your phone. You could write that. It doesn't have to be something grand. It could be I got a good grade, I made a friend today, or I aced my class project, something like that. It doesn't have to be something grand or something extravagant. It could be something very small, but something that is an achievement to you, something that matters to you. Writing this down would help you know what you're good at, help you feel better about yourself, and help you get excited to do other things. Another thing I could do is to actively reflect on your week and actively reflect that you go on the good things that happen. Is a little bit related to what I just said in the beginning, because it takes active reflection to actually remember all these things that we're good at. Because if you don't, you could just even forget that, oh, I'm actually good at this, or oh, I'm actually getting this done. You could actually forget because let's say give it the one month or two, you might forget that you did this or you did that. So that's why it takes active reflection. What are your pick me up pillars? Pick me up pillars are something that just give you this little bit of joy, give you this bit of motivation. It just helps you know that when you have those little pick me ups, it helps you know that you're going to get through the day. And pick me up pillars are personal to anyone, they are personal to everyone. For example, mine is going to receive credit at the end of the day, and I'm going to be able to settle into a book without any sort of disturbance after, and I'm just going to be able to escape and enjoy my book. For others, it might be the fact that they are going to see their friends at the end of the evening, and it just makes them excited again to want to get through the day. For another people, for another set of people, it might be a morning cup of coffee. Because pick me up are personal for everyone and anyone, like I said earlier. So having pick me ups will ensure that you're consistent, and these tips that I've given earlier will ensure you're consistent with your journey. You are in the right mindset. You are operating at the right level. You know what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to go about it. And I wish every one of us like this year. I hope 2025 is our best year yet. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it, because that brings us to the end of this episode. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, don't forget to follow. You could always leave a comment on either platforms. Tell me what you got from this episode, what you'll be implementing, what you learned, what you're doing, what is working and what's not working for you. Those type of comments keeps me motivated to create more content for you guys, and it keeps me motivated on what type of content to create. So don't forget to check out all the links in the description. I hope you enjoyed this episode once again. And I will see you guys on another Sunday. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. In the meantime, stay jiggy. Love you guys. Bye.